What's going on, everybody? Thought I'd do something a little bit different for you today. We're still working on e-bike videos, but in the meantime, I wanted to just kind of go over some of my favorite little garage gadgets. If you're maintaining a garage like I am, maybe you've already got some of these, maybe you don't. Maybe I'll show you some stuff today that you're just like, I don't know how I was living without this little gadget, right? So I'm just gonna cover some of those. They're not really e-bike specific necessarily. They're just kind of handy to have around the garage. So I want to show you a few. Here's the first one. A lot of you probably already have this. The air pump, right? This little portable air pump. This is the Fantic. I've had a couple of these. They all work pretty much the same. You don't have to buy this brand. But this one, the battery does last pretty long. And I like when you pull this, it's already on and ready to go. You just dial in the pressure, hit the button, pumps up your bike tires to exactly where you need. It's just a lot easier than dragging out my air compressor and all the hoses and everything. So gadget number one, very handy to have. Get one if you don't have one already. Number two is this thing. I use this thing constantly because I'm always assembling bikes and taking them apart and changing parts. And this little Works cordless driver thing is a lifesaver. I just bought a bunch of extra bits for it and it saves me so much time and hassle of turning Allen wrenches. So this is probably one of my second favorite gadgets in the garage. It's so convenient to have to just undo all those little bolts across all these e-bikes. So there you go. You might already have one of those, but do you have one of these? Like I said, I'm making modifications all the time. People are commenting, asking me for measurements. Right here. This is handy to have, this little digital caliper. I got this at Harbor Freight, I think for like 10 bucks. So measure the distance between two bolts or space between whatever, and you can set it to millimeters or inches. Gives you very fine, exact measurements. So extremely handy to have if you don't got one already. Check this out, digital caliper. All right, next one. This is a fun one. I didn't know these were out there until recently. This is a Keychain garage door opener. And you got 4 buttons on there you can program if you have multiple garage doors. So this is handy to have when I can just take this in my pocket or put it on my, as a keychain for whatever bike I'm taking out. I have one on my motorcycle. I got this one I just take whenever I grab an e-bike to go. Very handy to have. You don't have to carry your regular garage door opener or punch in the code as you're approaching the house. Pull out your keychain, punch the button, garage door opens. So handy. This thing is so freaking cheap and it was so easy to program it. So check those out. All right, next item. One that I use, oh my gosh, I probably use it daily in this garage. I like having all the bikes clean and the motorcycles clean. So if they get really dirty, muddy, I'm washing them and getting all the mud and dirt off first. But then to make them look beautiful, I got a detailer, fast detailer. This is M1 Moto. This is the one that Sean does from Bikes and Beards. It works really well. So in all my videos, when you see the bikes shining and looking beautiful, like they're brand new, even though they got 100 miles on them, this is how I'm cleaning them. I use this thing, I go through bottles and bottles of this stuff. This is basically my e-bike or motorcycle wash, essentially. If it just has road grime and dirt and brake dust and stuff on it, I'm just spraying it with this and wiping it down with little microfiber cloths. It even comes with one of those. So this is, people ask me all the time, how do you wash your bikes? I don't really wash them necessarily. Whenever I get back from the ride, I just wipe them down. It's kind of like spray detailer. It's like a wipe on wax almost. Very convenient to have. That's what I use, washing the e-bikes essentially. Next item that I use 24/7, right there. The Steadyracks, the e-bike Steadyracks that hang all the bikes on the wall. And it's just, I find it so convenient. It frees up a lot of floor space with them hanging up like that. And then you can I make the comparison that it's like going to Lowe's or Home Goods where they have all the carpets hanging, the area rugs, and you can kind of flip through the area rugs. I'm doing the same thing here with e-bikes. I just kind of flip to whatever bike I want. They pivot out of the way, and then you can pull down. Let's say I want this one. Just pull it off the wall. Good to go. Take it for a ride, put it back up on the wall. They're meant to hold, gosh, probably, I'll show you how I do this. Just goes right in like that. You can swing wherever you want. I think they're meant to hold like 80, 90-ish pounds. I've had 100-pound bikes on these things for years. They've never fallen down. They bolt right into the studs with lag screws, like 1/4 inch lag bolts that go right into the stud. You got to find the stud in the wall, obviously. But they're very sturdy, and it's so convenient to just pivot them out of the way like this to get to the one you want. Love it, love it. There's one catch. There is a catch. You can't run a long wraparound front fender with these things. It gets caught in the rack. They make a one for skinny tires that is fender friendly. You can run a fender, but that's on the skinny ones. The fat tire racks, they don't have one that works with long fenders. It has to be a short fender or no fender. You can see all of these bikes have either no front fender or a short front fender on them. That's the only drawback to it that I found so far, but they're so convenient. I love them. Highly recommended. Steadyrack, check that out. If you got a lot of bikes and you want them off the floor, I'm convinced that's the way to do it. All right, next item. You don't really know you need it until you need it, and that's if you're changing tires. I change tires a ton, right? And you're gonna need these tire spoons, these little stupid plastic things that cost absolutely nothing. Just do yourself a favor and go pick up some, because you just put this underneath the bead and running around the rim, it pops the tire right off the rim. You don't have to mangle up your fingers doing it. So if you get a lot of flats, you're gonna want these. It's just handy to have. Costs nothing. You don't think about it till you're changing a tire and it's difficult to get it off. Right there, tire spoons. All right, and the last thing that I'm gonna show you is something I use every day in this garage. It's been very, very handy, and it's right there. Let me show you. I film a lot in this garage, so I really needed some bright lighting. So I have these hexagon LED lights from HyperlLight. They have been absolutely amazing. They make it so much brighter in this garage. It is absolutely insane. I put another row of them over there. They look just freaking cool. They just look so cool. And I've got them rigged up on a switch right here, like a remote switch, where I can off. I mean, look at the difference in the brightness in here. It's crazy. On. Very cool looking thing to put in your garage. I did a whole installation video if you want to see how they're installed. It's kind of tricky if you're doing it by yourself because you're working on a step ladder over your head trying to hold things to the ceiling. I kind of just held them up with tape as I got them positioned, and then I put little drywall screws in the brackets to hold them in place. And it's so much brighter. It looks insanely cool, I think, and very happy with it. They've been running now for, I don't even know, a year or so. This is what they look like. It came with a couple extra tubes. These things weigh nothing. There's absolutely no weight to it all. You just connect them together with the little corner and Y connectors. It's super easy to do. It's very cool. So if you want some garage lighting, check out the lights from HyperlLight. They also did this for me too, the Citizen Neon. It's not true neon. It's like plasticky kind of thing, but I mean, it looks like real neon. So you can make your garage your own with a custom neon sign as well. And there you go, a couple of the handy little gadgets I use all the time. If you got a cool one that I need to know about, put it in the comments. See you in the next one.